Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Mrs. Kenny. Today I'm going to read you a story called Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. And while I'm reading it, the main character Yoga Bunny does some poses throughout the book. And my friend Meddy Teddy is going to do the poses along with Yoga Bunny. I invite all of you to do the yoga poses along with Meddy Teddy and Yoga Bunny while I read the story. Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. One morning, Bunny crawled out of his hole, rubbed his eyes, and let out a big yawn. "This is a perfect morning to do yoga," he said. Bunny dropped his head and arms down toward his feet, coming into a forward fold. Just then, Lizard came walking by. So let's see if Meddy Teddy can do that forward fold. He's going to drop his head and arms down towards his feet and come into a forward fold. Can you do that too? "Good morning, Lizard," said Bunny. "Would you like to do yoga with me?" "I hate everything about mornings. I wish I could go back to bed," Lizard replied angrily. And with that, Lizard stomped away. Bunny was disappointed, but he took a deep breath, placed his hands on the ground, stepped backward, and lifted his hips up high, coming into downward dog. His friend Fox came hurrying by. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, let's see, Meddy. Step backward, lift your hips up high, downward dog. Can you do downward dog with Meddy Teddy and Yoga Bunny? He was moving so fast he startled Bunny. "Out of my way, Bunny," he said. "I'm in a very big rush." "Maybe you could take a minute and do this yoga pose with me," Bunny suggested. "It might help you slow down." "No, thanks," Fox replied. "I'd rather be in a big rush than do something so silly." And he hurried away. Bunny felt a little bit sad, but he took a deep breath, stood up tall, placed his hands in front of his heart, and balanced on one foot, coming into tree pose. Now there's Bunny in tree pose. Let's see if Meddy Teddy can come into tree pose. Hands in front of his heart, balancing on one leg. Tree pose. Just then, Bird flew down, landing right on Bunny's head. "Hiccup! I have a bad case of the hiccups, and I've tried everything to stop them," said Bird. "Well," Bunny said, "maybe you can do this tree pose with me. It can calm you down, and that might help your hiccup." "No way," Bird said. "I'd rather live with these hiccups than stand on one leg." And with that, Bird flew away. So if you've done tree pose on one side with Bunny and Teddy, see if you can now do it on the other side and balance on the other leg. Tree pose. "Will anyone ever want to do yoga with me?" Bunny wondered aloud. But then he reminded himself that doing yoga alone is better than not doing yoga at all. Just as Bunny took a deep breath, stepped back, bent his front leg, and reached his arms way up, coming into warrior pose. Two little mice came walking by. "What do you think he's reaching for?" whispered one of the mice. "I don't know, but it must be very valuable. We'd better reach for it too." All right, let's see if Meddy Teddy can do warrior pose with Bunny. He's going to step 1 foot back, bend his front leg, and reach his arms up high for warrior pose. And so the mice stepped back, bent their front legs, and reached their arms way up, coming into warrior pose just like Bunny. As they had their arms stretched way up and their eyes toward the sky, they noticed Bird flying by. All right, so we did warrior pose on one side. We have to do it on the other side so we're even. So we're going to step the other foot back, bend the front knee, warrior pose. Bird still had the hiccups, but he came down to join them, pressing his wings together in front of his heart, lifting up one leg, coming into tree pose, just like Bunny and the mice. All of a sudden, they heard a loud noise. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right, now they're all back in tree pose. Let's get Meddy Teddy in tree pose with them. Hands at heart center, balancing on one leg. Fox came hurrying by and saw the friends standing in a circle, and he pressed his hands to the ground, stepped back, and lifted his hips, coming into downward dog, just like Bunny, the mice, and Bird. Okay. Pressing your hands to the ground. Stepping back and lifting your hips into downward dog. Bunny took a deep breath and lay down flat on his back, coming into resting pose. When Lizard came walking back and lay down just like Bunny. Let's see if Meddy Teddy can do resting pose. Roxy's going to do resting pose too, it looks like. Roxy, you're going to do resting pose? Bunny was so happy his friends had joined him that he opened his mouth and let out a big "Aum," and everyone else did the same. "I know where I'm supposed to be," said Fox, not so angry anymore. "It's here." Thank you, Yoga Bunny. And that's the story of Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. Thank you for joining me and Meddy Teddy today for Yoga with Mrs. Kenny. Have a great day.